All right, let's talk about communicating with AI, because it turns out it's not just about what you ask, but how you ask it. Today, we're diving into the skill of learning to speak in AI's language and how to get really, really good at the conversation.
You've totally been there, right? I know I have. You type out what seems like a perfectly clear, simple question, you hit send, and what you get back is just bizarre. It's completely off the mark. It's one of the biggest frustrations of working with these new tools.
And this really says it all. On one side, you've got your perfectly reasonable question. On the other, the AI's weird, sometimes nonsensical answer. There's this huge gap between what we want and what we get. So how do we close that gap?
Well, what if we've been thinking about this all wrong? What if talking to an AI isn't just about typing in a command? What if it's actually a craft? A real skill that you can learn, practice, and actually master.
That skill has a name. It's called prompt engineering. And I want you to pay close attention to the definition here from our source material. It calls it a discipline. That's a really specific and powerful word. It's not a trick or a hack. It's a structured, methodical way to get incredible results from these AIs.
So what does this discipline actually look like? What's in the prompt engineer's toolkit? Let's take a quick peek inside, because this goes way beyond just being polite in your prompts. This is some sophisticated stuff.
Okay, first up, a foundational technique called chain of thought prompting. The idea here is brilliant. Instead of just asking for the final answer, you tell the AI to think out loud and show you its work step by step. Just doing that makes it dramatically better at solving things like logic puzzles or math problems.
Next up is something called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. Now this is a total game changer. It basically lets you give an AI your own private library of documents. Think company reports, your personal emails, anything, and it will use only that information to answer your questions. It's incredibly powerful.
Then you have a clever approach called self-consistency. Think of it like getting a second or third or even fourth opinion from the AI itself. You ask the same basic question in a few different ways, and you see what answers pop up the most. If a bunch of different lines of reasoning all point to the same answer, you can be way more confident that it's the right one.
And believe me, it gets even more advanced. With Tree of Thoughts, the AI doesn't just follow one path of logic. Nope. It explores multiple paths all at once, kind of like building out a mind map. It can weigh different options, and if one path leads to a dead end, it can just backtrack and try another. As you can see, this is a really deep and strategic field.
So why bother learning all these techniques? What's the payoff? Well, this is what it unlocks. We are talking about generating working computer code from a simple description, summarizing massive documents in seconds, getting help with creative writing, and even answering incredibly complex questions that used to be impossible for AI.
But this is way bigger than just one person getting a better answer from a chatbot. Prompt engineering is having this massive ripple effect, and it's fundamentally changing how we build and interact with AI across the board.
This slide breaks it down perfectly. It all starts with researchers. They use these exact techniques to test the limits of AI models, to figure out what they're good at and where they fail. Then, developers take that knowledge to build better, safer, and more reliable AI tools for all of us. And finally, these skills help us all improve AI safety and even give these models brand new capabilities.
So when you look at the big picture, it is crystal clear that being able to effectively communicate our ideas to these systems, that's going to be one of the defining skills of the future. It's the essential bridge between human creativity and artificial intelligence.
And this quote from our source material just says it all. It is, quote, an important skill to interface, build with, and understand the capabilities of LLMs, or large language models. It's not just about asking questions. It's about building, creating, and truly understanding these incredible new tools. And that really brings us to the final idea I want to leave you with. If we stop looking at this as just typing commands and start seeing it as learning a new language, a language that we can all become fluent in, well, then the possibilities are absolutely endless. So the real question isn't just, what can AI do? It's, what will you create with it?